Hey class, so I am here with my lemon and my notes on what's going on in this experiment. So for the sake of this experiment, and this is the first one I've done that I'm not actually going to perform the experiment in person here, I'm going to show you exactly how I set up my lemon and then tell you what happened to the experiment. I have the lemon here that I set up to prove that I did it, but because of the sake that it's fire, and I am in a rented apartment, I'm not going to set the fire here in the apartment, and there was no one to film me for the experiment outside. So we'll just do this, and then I'm going to go over exactly what is happening in this experiment. So here is this very strange lemon. When I watched this video, I thought, how insane. Like, there is no way that this is going to work. But it was actually super crazy. So here I have 6 zinc nails, all lined up in a row, and they each have a paper clip that has been attached to 6 copper nails? Copper clips? What do they call them? Copper clips? Copper clips. 6 copper clips. And on the sides, I have 2 pieces of wire. Now, the wire isn't rubberized, so when I did this outside, I used those kitchen mitts, those rubbery kitchen mitts, and was like, well, YOLO, like, I hope this keeps me from getting burned. And it did. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the rubberized wire at the store, so I used regular wire, and I knew it would work. I just knew that I would have to be safe and careful. So this is my lemon. And when I set it up outside, I kind of set it on its side. I was wearing my rubber mitts, and I have the steel wool in front of me. And I used, I believe they used in the video paper towels. Or did they use toilet paper? Well, I used toilet paper, and I put some toilet paper on the steel wool, and I took these little wires, and I pressed them down onto the steel wool, and it set sparks. So it didn't set like a full fire, but I could see like little sparks coming up. And so that was super cool. I knew it had worked, and if I had sat there long enough, I probably could have caught the toilet paper on fire. So I just kind of want to read my notes here and go over what's going on. And I also have written out some equations for you to see the process of like the chemical process that's happening here. So here, the lemon is acting as a battery. This battery consists of 2 different metals, zinc and copper, dipped in acidic solution. So the acidic solution is the lemon juice. And the zinc nail and the copper clips are electrodes, and the lemon juice is the electrolyte. All batteries have a positive and negative end. As we saw in the video, they had you pick the positive and the negative end. Zinc atoms enter the juice, the electrolyte, as zinc 2 plus liberating electrons. So what I mean by that is, check this out. This is an oxidation reaction. So zinc enters the electrolyte, the lemon juice, and it turns into zinc 2 positive, meaning it is lacking 2 electrons, and the 2 electrons to the side. So what it puts off is electrons. And now this is left positive, and now we have the 2 electrons over here. So this was an oxidation reaction. When the zinc travels into the electrolyte, it's oxidation. So the 2 dissolved protons, hydrogen of the acidic electrolyte, combine with 2 electrons that we just saw come from the zinc to form hydrogen 2. So hydrogen 2, you know, the hydrogen that's bonded together. This gas formed on the surface of the copper electrode, and the electrons are transferred from the zinc through the wire connecting between the copper and the zinc. So what's happening here is reduction. We have 2 hydrogen ions that were formed sitting on that metal, and they met the electrons, and they formed hydrogen 2. So the hydrogen is paired together, and this was a reduction reaction because it went from positive to neutral. And so here, the copper end is the positive end, the zinc end is the negative end, and electricity is generated, as it is in a battery, at the end of these wires. So zinc end being the negative end, copper end being the positive end. We bring these 2 ends together, and we have set our toilet paper on fire. So for me, it was just sparks, but I think if I had sat there long enough twiddling with it, I think it would have set there on fire. So anyways, thanks for listening to my explanation of the experiment. I hope it was correct. This is kind of what I got from the video and then from researching this reaction. If any of y'all have any thoughts or input to give me, please feel free to comment below. I would love to hear what you thought about the video, thought about my explanation of the video. Anyways, I hope you had a super great time doing this experiment. Bye, class.